on the back of a long week with trips to Oldham and Morecambe, how pleased are you with the points total and the performances from those two games?
Yeah, pleased with certainly the performances. I think we were worth the value of the win in the Morecambe game and probably deserved to win the Oldham game. But that week's been and gone now. As much as we'll talk about it being a physically demanding week and a good points tally, it's on to the next. And we've got just a tougher week coming up.
In terms of the players this week as well, there was no midweek game, so you've had almost a full week on the training ground preparing for Mansfield. Is that going to help you going into this game?
Definitely. And the fact there was no midweek games meant there was a couple with little niggles we could look after, certainly start the week in terms of Monday, Tuesday training, and just a bit of rest and recuperation for a couple. And the ones who needed the work got the work in. So sometimes as a manager you want a free week where you can concentrate on training, but when you're in good form, you want the games to keep coming. So it's trying to find the right balance. Hopefully we've done that this week and we're ready for another big week for us in terms of the 3 games coming up.
It was first starts in League 2 for Jack Sparks and Jaden Richardson as well last week. So it's another real plus point with the young players coming in, performing well and adding real competition for places.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, I've got to put my manager's cap on. That age becomes irrelevant at times. Jack Sparks was ready to take his chance in terms of his debut, and Jaden as well. Both good players. Both got a lot to learn in terms of the game, but will have long careers in the game. I'm sure that, and hopefully they can bring a bit of success and stability to our football club in doing so. But they've got to keep their place in the football team. It's great to have competition for places all around the pitch, and Jack and Jaden are certainly providing that.
Just on the injury updates from the squad, you said a couple of carrying niggles, but how is the squad looking going into Mansfield?
Yeah, not too bad. In terms of the long-term ones, you know, Nigel's out there day in, day out now. It's great to see him. I feel him and Lee Holmes will be like new signings. Lee Holmes is probably only a week, 10 days away from training fully with the squad. Nigel's got through a 2-week period where he's been a bit part in training. The next 2 weeks he'll take a fuller part in training, so he's only a few weeks away. Like I say, they'll feel like new signings because they've not played any game time whatsoever this season. So I know it's coming towards the end of the transfer window. We won't be doing any more business, but those 2 players being fit and ready will be a big boost for the squad.
Mansfield at home on Saturday. They've just got the 1 win to the name this season, but that came away at Carlisle, and they also got a really good point away at Newport County on the opening day of the season. So they're a side, I suppose, when you're analysing their strengths, that they look a really good away side this season, don't they?
They're a good team. I don't think it's a home and away split. I think they've probably been unfortunate in a couple of home games. They've got some top players at this level. Simple as that. They got in the playoffs last year. I fully expect them to be challenging top of the table this season, despite the start they've had. And it's not a poor start, it's just a difficult league to pick up points. Like I say, they've had a few injuries, and we understand that. But I fully expect Mansfield to be towards the top end of this table, and rightly so in terms of the size of the club and size of the budget and the players they've got at that football club. Hopefully we're trying to get them at a good time. We're in good form, and obviously they've picked up certain points away from home this season, but we want to win our home games. We want to give our home fans something to shout about, and I feel it'll be 2 good teams going at it. Who comes out on top will be based on and dependent on the performance.
Away from the pitch, it's been a sad day for football this week with Bury going bust. Your grandfather also played for Bury, so I mean it's a sad day really for football, isn't it?
It's a sad day, very sad day. A lot of family connections at Bury. Obviously grandfather played there, and you know my mum grew up watching Bury. My nan spent a lot of time there, so it is sad. It's a real shame for the supporters. They're the ones who miss out the most. Obviously being poorly managed from the top, not in terms of football management, but in terms of behind the scenes. It's difficult to comment too much on the financial rules at our level, but they've got to be tighter and they've got to be stricter and more examination of it, I've got to be honest with you, because this can't happen. Football clubs can't go extinct to a certain extent or drop down the levels. We've seen it's not just Bury at the moment, there's other clubs struggling, and especially in the northwest in terms of Bolton. So it also shows probably the fact that we're doing a few things right at our football club. You know, we came so close ourselves a number of years ago, so we can relate to it somewhat. But it's so unfortunate and disappointing when it does happen and you see it happening. So I think we're in a stable position at the moment. Hopefully we'll keep on doing that and keep doing things the right way. We'd employ or advise as many clubs as possible to do things the same.
I suppose it shows the benefits of being a supporter-owned club as well, doesn't it?
It does, or just being sensible. not spending outside your means. I think that probably comes down to that as much as anything else. A lot of football clubs have got chairmen who put money into the football clubs, but you got to spend what you can afford to. It's as simple as that. It's not rocket science. But like I say, it's always the supporters, and in this instance, some staff and players who are really going to suffer at Bury. It's a real shame because we have the big team in the northwest of England. We've had some great battles with them over the years, so hopefully they'll come back and come back stronger. But hopefully this is a lesson for a lot of clubs as well.